Hopefully you can see me. I have the camera at a little bit of a different angle, so let me just check things out here. Sorry, I just want to pull up a page. On someone else's. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Can you see my head this morning? Videos. Oh, you're like looking way down on me. That's because I had, sorry. Ugh. I had adjusted the camera so that when I do the projects that you can actually see my whole work area. And I'm not cutting off half the craft, so I look like I'm like sitting way down low right now, and that's why. So good morning. This morning I thought we'd work on some scrapbook pages. Before we get started on that, sorry, I'm just looking to see. Okay, I'm still like, I need to like slouch like this, I think. Hi. I wanted to show you, yesterday we did gift bags and tags that I was working on, just some quick like spritzed ones. So I wasn't quite thrilled with how things turned out, so I made a couple changes to it, nothing major. So what I ended up doing is I really like the tags for the grown-up gift bags, because I do grown-up loot bags too. And I really liked the stamped part for the kid gift bag. So I decided, well, why don't I it'll make it quicker. I'll spritz all the bags, just stamp the kid ones, and then stamp the tags for the grown-up ones, and that way I can tell them apart too. So, I really need to do something about this camera. It looks so funny on the screen. Okay. So this is the kid bag. So I love this leaf ribbon on these bags. So I just took the tag off of it. Saw that. And then, then this is the adult one. So I threw the tag on here. And then I thought, okay, well, let me try adding some more color to the kid one. So I did the next one I did it all with the Call Me Clover, and then I stamped the outline of the letters and the Stampin' Pacific Point, and I really like how that turned out with the two colors. So I think this is probably going to be for the quick kid one, this is what I'm going to end up doing. And then for the grown-up one, I might even try doing the tag and Pacific Point, because I really liked it with the combo colors on that bag, so I'll probably do that with this one too. And I thought, just to make the spritzing quicker, I'll just cover my floor with grid paper and then lay all the bags out at one time and just spritz them all together. And hopefully I'll be able to get all that done tonight for in time for the party tomorrow and finish that up. Okay, so let's do our page. So this page was actually, the layout for it was designed by a demonstrator in the United States. Her name is Lisa Griffin-Zwolinek, and she does fabulous paper crafting and stamping and layouts, and she sells these designs on her Etsy site, which is great. She also does business training and a whole bunch of other great stuff. So if you're at all interested in that, do check out her Etsy shop and her business page. Song of My Heart Demonstrators is kind of where she runs all her stuff. And I've learned a lot from her. So I thought we'd do one of her layouts. I'm not going to show you the layout because this is something that she works very hard at, and you need to pay for. But we will do the layout today. And I did get her permission to show this to you guys. So we're going to do that. This one is moderately advanced. So we'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to add some extra stuff to it. But the point of these layouts was to use one sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper to do your 2-page scrapbook layout. And then of course you can embellish it and do all that afterwards. So let's get started, and hopefully we have some fun this morning. I'm going to turn you guys around now. Just a reminder that next week, next 2 weeks actually, our Facebook Lives are going to be a little bit later because I had signed my daughter up for Mommy and Me swimming lessons beforehand. So that's at 9 o'clock. It's just up the street, so done by 9:30. So we should be live. Should be able to go live with you guys about 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, because that's where I Oops, I told you I was going to show that to you. Oh, you didn't see that. Whoops. Okay. You didn't see that paper. Sorry. Okay. So this is, I thought I'd play with the Follow Your Art paper. This is actually my favorite sheet from this set of papers. And I like both sides of it. So I've actually already used one side of it in another layout that I did for my daughter's birthday page. And then, but this is my favorite side. I'll show you the other papers too. On here, I've actually done a lot with this set already. I made a gift box, I made a card, I've done a scrapbook page, probably a couple actually using. Yeah, I've done a couple using this page because I did one for my son and then I did one for my daughter. Okay, so here are some of the other ones. So one side has like fun, like graphic prints on it, and then the other one, the flip side has different patterns on it. And it's part of the whole suite, so actually there's an embellishment kit that comes with it, and that you can order, and then the stamp set, and dies also, and it also goes really well with another stamp set we have, which I might use today too. We'll see how things go. Also a great storage tip for your scrapbook papers is to store your 12 by 12 papers. Whether you use them for scrapbooking or cards or other stuff, is to store them in our page scrapbooking page protectors. That's how I keep mine. Okay, so these are the colors that coordinate with the paper. So I pulled those out because I like the idea of having kind of solid mattes under my designer series paper just to frame things a little bit more. So I thought I'd probably want some cardstock to cut the mattes out for. And then I'm going to do it just on Whisper White. And then I pulled out a 12 by 12 sheet of basic gray because there are some larger strips of designer series paper that I also want to do a little bit of a frame on. I'm going to use my retired Stampin' Up! Trimmer just because I can fit that on camera easilier. Easilier. Is that a word? More easily? Easier. I have had enough coffee this morning. Okay, but I'd probably use my other heavier duty trimmer if I was doing this off camera. I have a Carl trimmer that I started using for cardstock that I quite like. But I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! One because I'm doing this on camera and it's a lot more portable and lighter. Okay, so let's start by cutting out our scrapbook paper. So her instructions are fabulous because they tell you exactly what to do in terms of cutting your paper. So where did I put my sheet back? I did, didn't I? Okay, let me pull that out again. Sorry, hang on. I'll put it away. Here it is. Okay. Alright, so, and she tells you also kind of which side's going to be showing where, or how to kind of go about doing your layout, which is great. Okay, so the first step for this one is we're going to need to cut 2 strips of 3 by 12. So simple, we just need to cut 3 inches off. And I think, I can't tell on my screen, but hopefully, I think you guys can see this all. Yeah, okay. So 3... Now, if you guys have seen my pages, you know I typically do more mixed media style pages. Alright, so we have our 3 by 12 strips, and now we're going to do our 4 by 6. So we want to turn our paper this way and cut. So this is our 6, so we're going to cut our 4. So I'm going to lay out this on top of my base once I have everything cut out. And then I'll probably stamp underneath it. We'll see how things go. Which obviously is not in her instructions. That's just stuff that I add to. Okay, so I've cut my 4x6. Now for this layout, this is where I think the tricky part is you want to cut out from in here. Now I checked to see if I had a die that would do it, and I don't have a die that's quite big enough, but I just thought of a solution. I could just do it like with my paper trimmer. She says to leave about 1/2 inch, which would be here on each side, and then do 3 inches by 3 inches. So I'd probably measure that because I wouldn't want to mess that up. But I had a thought, and maybe this is cheating, but what I'm gonna do is use my rectangle dies. This is actually going to give it a little stitched inlay. You're not going to see it. You'll see it on the other one. So I'm going to grab one that's a little bit bigger than the 3x3 because we have room to play with it. So let me just measure. Put my paper down. I could use a ruler or I could just measure here. So this one is 4 by... That one's going to be a little bit too long, I think. So let's try this one. This one is 3 3/4 by just under 3. I don't know that that's going to work. I might have to figure this out on the paper trimmer. This is the moderately advanced part, I think. I didn't really think this through ahead of time. Alright, so we're going to measure on our paper. Alright, so this is the side that's going to be showing up when I flip it, but you're not actually going to see. I'm trying to find my pencil here. Alright, math. Okay, so let's see, I want to do, this is lighter, I'm going to do it here because I don't want it to show. Okay, so I need a 3x3 square, and it doesn't matter, just looking at her design, it doesn't matter where I cut it from as long as it is 3x3. So I'm just going to make sure I have enough space on either side here and cut out my 3x3 squares. Because I'm going to be covering it anyways. Lisa, if you watch this and are like laughing at me, I'm completely okay with that. Okay. So here we go. Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to do my ruler. Just want to have a closer point here. Might have to come in and erase these lines, but hopefully I don't. I think I did them far enough back that you're not going to see them once we have our picture on there anyways. Easier if I had a square, wouldn't it? It's okay, my paper trimmer will square it up for me. I just want to have an idea of about where I need to be cutting. Okay. This does not look square. That's like the worst square I've ever drawn in my life. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to start about where I have my score line. Hopefully this will work. It doesn't matter if you mess this up because you're going to be covering it anyways. You just don't want to go too far over. I didn't even get that on my score line. Okay, I'm going to move this over a little bit. I'm going to cut it out bigger, and then that way I can just trim it to the size I want it. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. I don't know why I measured. I could have just cut out the center and then rejigged it. I may have messed this up. Let's see how badly I did. Well, yeah, about by a 1/4 inch on that. That's it. Alright. That's alright. One of our squares is going to be smaller. Not the end of the world. Okay. So, and one of our squares is going to be bigger. Alright, so let's do, or one of our, there we go, 3. Kind of want to cut it on this side. 3, and this is a little bit smaller. So you know what, this is, I'm just going to cut it so it's square. This is about 2 1/4. The front of Facebook Live TV. Okay. Or internet. Alright. There we go. Alright, so that's square. So that's 2 1/4. Which, how many do I have? 3. That's fine. This is going to get covered, so you're not going to see any of this stuff. See that line? I'll erase that up there. Okay, so let's try this again with our other sheet. I'm going to make sure and do this way big. I think I cut this one too small too. Maybe we're doing, oh, this one's 2 1/2. This is horrible. Not the design. My my eyeballing things. That's okay. This is going to be a little bit, what's this, 2 1/2? Alright, we're doing random size squares on this page. Random size squares. Alright, there we go. Alright, last one. Think I can get it this time? Okay, let's see. I don't want to cut too close to the edge, which I think is what the problem is. I'm not cutting this one wide enough because I don't want to have it covered. Have it, you can see the cut on the paper. Alright, what size square is this going to be? Alrighty, let's see. What do we got? We have... Oh, we're at another 2 1/2. Another 2 1/2. Okay. Alright. So 2 1/2 it is. So you know what? Let's cut them all to 2 1/2 because then they'll all be the same. And when we do our mat, we'll cut our mat bigger, and then the squares will be the same size as they are on the layout. Anyways, we're doing 2 1/2, right? 2 1/2. 2 1/2. Fantastic. Alright, that's done. Okay, so now I'm going to do my mats. So for my bigger pieces that are 4 by 6, I'm going to cut my mats to, and you don't have to do this if you're trying to save money on cardstock. I'm going to do this 4 1/4 by 6 and a bit. So I need 3. I'll probably end up using 2 sheets of paper. Actually, if I do it this way, I shouldn't need to. Okay, so 4 1/4. Do it this way. 6¼ there. Oh yeah, I think either way I'm going to use 3. Okay, 6¼ and I didn't use a 12. If I used a 12 I would have been able to do 6¼ 2 matte, so I'm going to matte these like this on my paper, and then you're going to see in the photo, this is obviously clear so you'll see through it, but the photo wouldn't be. That's when I put my photo on what it's going to look like. Okay, so let's do 2 of those, 3 of these, 1, 2, and 4¼ by 6¼ Those are done. And then I have my 3 squares, so I wanted to throw in some other colors. So I think I'm going to do Pacific Point. So what did we have? We had 2½. So you know what, let's just do 2¾ because easier. 2¾ by 2¾ So there's 1. And so this one we're going to use our DSP4. So there's 1. Then I want to do, let's do Eclipse of Coral, 2¾ This would be a good thing to use scraps for. I didn't pull out my scraps just because it was faster to grab a full sheet when I was getting ready. I think I like it so that the glue gun is different than the frame. Okay, and then Blushing Bride, maybe? Okay, so 2¾ Go. And then let's do, okay, so I need 3¼ for here, and 3¼ for here. Okay, so that, all our cutting is done. Hooray. Okay, so let's lay this out. So here are my 2 pages. Get them on my mat here. Oh, I'm just going to slide that right over. You can see this full page. Okay. I'm going to add my cardstock. And here is my DSP. I'm just roughly laying this out so we can see what this is going to look like. Alright, 4×6. 4×6. This is where a photo would be. And put another photo. Photo. Right. Then I have my squares. Ta-da! So remember, our squares are about 1/4 inch smaller than the kind of original design. So there we go. I like it. Now we just have to fancy it. I will fancy it up a little bit. I'm just looking to see if I want to flip one of these over at all. No. I think I do, just because I really like that paper. I like the idea of having it all the same, and then I think that's all it is I just really like this paper. Okay. Alright, I'm going to flip this back over, and we can add our embellishments to it. Sorry, I'm just thinking again. Alright. I like my mats. I kind of want them to be different colors. That's fine. Let's do our embellishments, and then let's see where we end up. Okay. So I'm going to pull out some cardstock. Anyhow, that's our layout. So and then you just embellish it from there. So what I thought, I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna stamp some of the, I haven't thought of a title for it, because I don't have my pictures yet, so I'd probably just wait and add a title in after, using our new Praiseworthy Prose dies, from that bundle. So for this, I wanted to do this ribbon as one embellishment. So stamp that, cut it out, and then die cut it. And then probably some of these re-inkers and buttons. We also have in this die set is, we have this like row of buttons, which I used on the gift box I did with the suite, and this kind of swirly one. Also, and we have a lace one, which is apparently missing. Oh, here it is. Where'd it go? Alright, and then this lacy trim one too, which I'd probably like to do and just like stick this under the edges of my photo, so probably do some of that. Let's see, they go well on the side there, so maybe we'll die cut some of these, and some of these, and do that. And then they also have these like button pieces, which are great, and a paper clip, and then you have obviously the dies for all the stamps. So this is a really great set. Square buttons, like metal snap type buttons. Yeah, anyhow, these are fantastic. I love them. And then I'm going to go from there and do my page, and I will post a finished picture of it for you guys, either today or tomorrow, and let you know kind of what happens. Thanks so much for watching. And again, let me pull this off so you can see the finished layout. Like so. If you want to switch it up, do the same background, or switch up your mats, or do any of that, go for it. And yeah, we'll see kind of where I go from here with it, and what I end up doing with it. But this is our One Sheet Wonder 2-page layout. So you can get three of your 4x6, just trim a 1/4 inch off each side. And hooray! Thanks again for watching. Again, next week I'll be live a little bit later, about 10:30, and we will, Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be doing, oh look, I have one already done here, look. I can throw that on there somewhere. Let me trim that and throw that on there. I'll be doing a live unboxing with my holiday supplies. I don't know if I'll throw that in with a live early morning coffee and craft. I might do a separate one, depending on what time the box gets here. It's scheduled to arrive on Tuesday. So if I can wait and hold off, I'll do it on the coffee and craft in the morning. If I can't wait, you may be seeing me sometime in the afternoon or evening on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.